It's been a little while, but I'm back, and I am excited to continue a journey. Now, just because I take pause doesn't mean I have stopped a journey. Sometimes it just means I got to listen to some other stuff. I got to digest what I've done. Sometimes it means I felt like I hit like a mental checkpoint. Doesn't mean the journey's over. I set out to do something, I'm going to do it. And when I say that, I mean we're going to listen to friggin' Fuego today. Now, this is an album I had a little bit of a head start on because I heard Fuego and 555 at the Hollywood Bowl. I'm pretty juiced. And by the way, a lot's changed since you saw me last. I eloped. I married the beautiful and wonderful Melissa. She got me a wedding band with a guitar string in it, which I think is actually like super cool. But neither here nor there. I'm pretty juiced to get back to it. And if you follow Fantasy Tour, you'll know that my Wook wife moved in with me now. So I have had a wonderful array of changes in life. And it seems like at this point of the journey, Phish has also had a wonderful array of changes in their lives. It seems like sobriety has found the boys, and, music seems to be fun to them again. And it won't lie. You guys have been very vocal about how this is perhaps the least favorite album of all of their albums. But I do subscribe to the idea that all Phish is good Phish, whether you're a grizzled veteran or, a person coming into the 4.0 era, as I seem to have. Now, I'm going to hit the play button on this thing. I'm excited to get into some new Phish. I will be following it up, I'm sure, with some live stuff. And I think that the logical next step in my live journey would probably be While My Guitar Gently Weeps, just because I just recently did a live cover of that with Prince, Tom Petty, just cool stuff. So that might be where I head next. I don't know. But either way, we're back to Phish. I am juiced. Guys, I'm going to hit the play button on this thing, but before I do, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. And if you really like what you see, join me on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time. Come hang out with us. Come discover music with us. I have just the most amazing community of people to listen to new songs and old songs with. And it's always fun when you discover music with good people. Guys, without further ado, though, Fuego, the most dunked on Phish album as far as my anecdotal experience goes. What is your least favorite Phish album? And do you agree that all Phish is good Phish? I am interested just as far as the, what you guys think. Seems like The Line is the most popular song on the album. Fuego, again, it was the closer of the spring tour. It's the last song I heard in Hollywood. So, I felt like it ripped. So I feel like this might be a little bit underwhelming. Here we go. LaCroix's up, everybody. I do love the bass work here. The tone's so bad. I really don't. I think they're pretty nice. It kind of feels like they borrowed a little bit of a flow from like the Frankenstein thing that they did when they covered Edgar Winter Group, but I could be wrong too.
I'm a sailor's girl, the best is yet to come. Rolling in my fuego, I do my own stunts. I see guilty people, angels blowing horns.
I'm not going to lie. I think it's a little bit more endearing when you just hear the one voice do it and instead of
I see guilty people,
the big reverby part. I still like the song.
Blowing horns.
Anything riff-oriented, I'm a fan of.
Some days it's just not worth gnawing through the straps. Freak out and throw stuff, world's greatest dad. Read a little book about Vlad the Impaler. Vlad the Impaler. Vlad the Impaler.
Okay. I gotta say, Fishman on the drums here, man. Like, Fishman on the drums here. Listen to this transition. Yeah. Real good. Was this an intensely studio work, or were they doing this kind of more in a live setting again? I really like the Hammond sound. I mean, honestly. The drum sound is wailing. I really love the tone. The combination of this with the organ in the back. I really do think Fishman might win this particular song, but I don't think it's. I mean, okay, so maybe this is where I'm coming from as an outsider looking in. I heard a 22-minute version of this song that blew my dick off, right? Like, really loved it. And it was the first time I'd heard Fuego, so maybe, right? And because I've revisited it a ton, as you know, we do when we go to shows and we have the live Phish app. I've listened to that version quite a bit, right? So to me, in my brain, the closer of the spring tour this year is like the definitive version of Fuego because it's the one I've heard. I don't think that this is bad though, and I do like that I kind of hear the guitar tone similarity. Like when he plays it live, it sounds like his same guitar sound that they captured here in the album, minus a few like reverby sounds because I was at an outdoor concert, right? Like just things that would happen naturally because of the setting you find yourself in. I think that the solo wails, I think that the transitionary piece, and again, when you've got that organ happening behind it and the bass, like I know I haven't really mentioned it, but listen to him wail, like they're all really going for it. I actually think the song is really good. how many times did they play Fuego before the album came out? And I guess I'm asking this because I think Phish very uniquely ends up being a band that has its own songs dunked on for the way that they're cataloged because they'd been played ahead of time or whatever, or people have heard better live versions of the shows. But I don't necessarily think it makes the album like definitively bad just because like they have live performances that are definitively better, right? Like I feel like they're just two separate beasts, and you kind of hear one for what it is. And I don't know. Maybe it's easy for me to say because I haven't lived it like a lot of yous have, but that's kind of where my brain is. Like, this still stands tall on its own. Even if it gets dwarfed by some amazing performances of the song. All in the right ear. For orientation's sake, right ear, left ear. And gang vocals are fun. When you can do this in a crowd, it's fun.
Inside your fuego, we keep it rolling. Inside your fuego, we keep it rolling. Inside your fuego, we keep it rolling.
The Inside Your Fuego, We Keep It Rolling part does give me a little bit of a Jane's Addiction vibe, which is unexplored territory for me a lot. I'm literally just thinking of the song Jane Says for just that little bit. And that maybe that whole era of 90s rock where they had the gang vocal feature kind of thing going. It is kind of nice to have like the lyric, in front of me. They really do capture kind of stage sides really well, right? Like you'll hear Trey on the right and Paige on the left. Now, obviously, like Paige and Trey stood next to each other on stage, like more or less, right? Like Mike, Phish, Trey, Paige. But they really separated the sound well. Right here and Paige here. Trey here, Paige here. I like this. I'm gonna be honest. I think I kind of like that this song is like a little bite-sized version of what I got at Hollywood Bowl. Like it's a little bit it's a little bit underwhelming by comparison to the event, right? But it's still good. It's still good. I would still go out of my way to hear it. I like that. That bass note with this kind of little piano happening in the left ear, just ooh, are they transitioning into another song from here or just ending it down? These out of time piano strikes are I really, really loved the way that they shut that down with that, like, bing! Like, the piano notes coming in, like, out of time and kind of, I don't know, it presented this real bombastic ending flavor to it that I just really like. Honestly, guys, I like the song Fuego. I thought it was great. And the next one is the most listened to, but I'm actually going to go and turn my air down because it's, like, hot. All right, we back. Here we go. Oh. Now we go. Love an organ sound.
Mouth, push it out. I can hear my heart pound. A hero's what I'm not.
Okay.
Voices scream, flashes flare, frozen as the people stare. My crucifixion shot.
Whoa. I like the key work a lot.
Days were electric on the western side when triangles were shifting on the floor. Squeezing out the breath that I don't have, they're quiet now, they only.
For a moment, I was wondering if they were singing in haiku.
Want two more.
They're not, but I had to count it out.
And you step to the line. And you step to the line. Every shot I've taken has led me to this moment since I was 4 feet high.
Oh, wow.
Big tears watching, I remember what he taught me. Don't let him see you cry. And you step to the line. And you step to the line. You try to see your future from the line.
this is definitely a different flavor of Phish, right? But I kind of like the lyrical take. I like the lyrics. Putting myself into their position, like as I do, because I'm vain and I make everything about me, because it is. But I don't know. There's something immediately relatable to it. I can see that it feels like maybe it could have been a single, or made for more of a commercial appeal. But I don't dislike what the song is saying. I it's just not the same flavor as Phish.
But I'm not. Voices scream, flashes flare, frozen as the people stare. My crucifixion shot.
I like his comments on a hero's what I'm not, though, because I feel like knowing just what I do about Trey, I think it would probably make him really uncomfortable if people kind of made him this like sober icon. I don't know, but and maybe I'm like projecting what my impression of him is, right, and not what he's actually saying. And with Phish, a lot of times the lyrics are abstract and kind of instrumentation in and of it themselves, but I feel like this is definitely a song that's saying something.
And you step to the light.
The choral
And you step
harmonies there.
to the light. Try to see a future from the line. And you're clinging to the notion you'll be blind. But the circle's getting smaller all the time. Try to see a future from the line. And you're clinging to the notion you'll be blind.
Like these parts, like you're clinging to the notion you'll be fine. I get it, right? And I like that. And again, this, you try to see your future from the line. When I'm imagining what the line is it like the beginning of getting better? Do something. They're not going to set it off? All right, look. Fuego is really cool, and I like the words here, and I can put myself in it. It's not hitting for me. A little bit of a soft stinker after what I really liked about Fuego. The words are the part I like the most. Was that the single? If there was a single? Or is this just my unpopular opinion, and do all of you secretly think that this is like the endearing song of the album Fuego? Certainly wasn't my favorite. there are better Phish songs. It wasn't bad, but there are better Phish songs. Kind of gives me a Possum vibe already, which I've listened to that song a lot. Just from Hollywood.
No more promises that no one could keep. No more lies to keep us from sleep. No more phone calls. The bells are broken. It's today. Where you don't say what you.
Yesterday the bells are broken. Yesterday the charade is over. Is that what he's saying?
Today the curtain's coming down. I've got faith.
Oh, okay, it's right there.
In a fairy tale, devotion to a dream.
I get there.
No more knowing glances or places we can hide. No more chances to keep this thing alive. The two of us together, it wasn't in the grand scheme. All it was a fairy tale and devotion to a dream.
I like that. And I like that this could be universally applicable to like a friendship or a group of friends, like a band. It could, be seen in like a context of a partnership, like of a romantic scenario, like, partner and partner sticking it together.
Devotion to a dream.
And whether that dream is like chasing actual dreams or goals or passions, or like keeping the dream alive in a marriage of like making it work, or just like whatever the case may be, it kind of does seem, it really is unlikely to have lifelong friends or lifelong relationships. And I think, and maybe that's only coming from my anecdotal experience in life and just being like kind of a nomadic person, but I don't know. I really like that there is this the two of us together. It wasn't in the grand scheme. All it was a fairy tale and devotion to the dream, to a dream. No more promises, no more keeping score.
To a dream.
I'm jumping ahead a little bit. Kind of a little bit of an Allman Brothers sound vibe here again.
No more promises, no more keeping score.
I like the organ punch.
Wondering what I stay here for. We broke the
I just started listening in on Mike's bass line. That's super nice.
We broke the awkward silence with polite and practiced lies. But we were just preparing our goodbyes. A long and fruitless voyage stranded us upstream. All it was a fairy tale and devotion to a dream. Devotion to a dream. Yesterday my path was chosen. Yesterday my smile was frozen. Yesterday my doors were closing down.
When do you think the Love and Light era happened?
It's today a new world order. Yesterday my head was spinning round. Now I see where this is leading. Tomorrow glaciers are receding. Now I'm mending things that broke.
really enjoyed this one. It's kind of ripping at the end. It's just a nice jam. I really actually liked the way this ended. And honestly, this song is really, really, really nice. I liked the words. I liked the comment on being able to kind of look at rebuilding your relationships, look at rebuilding your life, looking at moving forward and what that looks like. And sometimes that's devotion to a dream of like chasing again your passions of like keeping a relationship alive, be it a friendship or a romance. And again, I mean, you guys, I think have kind of watched me in my own phase, like depending on how long you've been here, like, but if you've been watching for, you know, the last 2 years, especially, like you saw a guy really change his life and start taking seriously fixing the things that, you know, were holding me back and mending the things broken inside of me. And I can't help but relate. And honestly, like, I was talking to my mom not too long ago about how there was this huge phase of my life where I invested so much into the idea of how sad I was or how upset I was or how hard my life was. And I feel like I have spent so much more time at this point of my life still having invested thoughts into how bad everything was. And when I started investing thoughts into how good things were, like, and learning how to find things that were actually good in my life that I just kind of took for granted or, you know, they were commonplace, whatever you want to call it, it was a lot easier to appreciate the life that I had. And I think if you start focusing on being conscientious about, you know, wow, things actually are pretty good, like just more and more good things happen. And I mean, it doesn't mean that like bad stuff doesn't happen or that you're immune to sadness or difficulty or you know, anxiety forever, but your perspective on those things change because of how you now look at your life. And I think so much of that came with mending broken things inside of me. And, you know, as I've kind of connected the dots of trying to approach it with more balance and investing more thoughts into the goodness and trying to drop things, you know, that I feel like hold me back, like being, you know, cynical or, you know, I don't know, any of those kinds of things. I really feel like a lot of things changed within me by proxy just because I focused on like rebuilding and positivity and not so much on, you know, the negative parts of life, which I found I had a tremendous habit of focusing on. And I don't know, I like my life a lot better when I choose what it is I focus on instead of just kind of blindly letting my default mode network create a negative narrative in my life. So sorry for that. Maybe I think I rambled there. My bad. Halfway to the moon. All of that said, this is thus far kind of been one, like, I'm looking down here at straight bangers, right? Like, there's a ton I haven't, like, even Joy was good. I mean, honestly, I'm looking down here and I've enjoyed all of the albums. this is good, but look at all of these, you know? the, you know. So maybe I do see it a little bit, but I like the noises. It's good Phish. Bassline wins right now.
Close my eyes as the curtain draws.
A Page song.
Ever after the rhythm soars, flying right past the facts.
Page. I close my eyes as the curtain draws, ear toward the tracks, and ever after the rhythm soars, flying past the facts.
Takes me back to some days gone by. Keep the pattern till June. Make the other side right. Half the way to the moon. Old enough to repeat myself. Not trying to defend. Holding on to the thoughts I have. Back to circles again.
So what, they're approaching like 50 years of age at the time this album came out?
Holding back the emotions now. Headed back to Duluth. All aboard for the tour. Riding next to the truth.
I love his guitar tone here with that tremolo. I love a Page song, dude. Okay.
I found a place that I can't explain. In my state of mind, I move myself as I search the stone for any lines to unwind. Grab some change when I thought I could.
The bass line, do 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 do. It's got such an interesting.
Any lines to unwind. Grab some change when I thought I could. Left my wallet behind. Did my best to define the reason inside the rhyme.
The lyrics are terribly off here. I did my best to define the reason inside of the rhyme. I really, really liked that phrasing, and it didn't even get typed in there. But man, the way he said it.
The reason inside the rhyme. Little star that reveals itself. Little matter of time. Holding on to the wheel, I know. Back to circles I'll find.
There's definitely like some acoustic guitar backing here, so like there's certainly a case of overdubs on this song.
Raise the bar and the roof beams high.
So that makes me wonder, was this whole album like a purely studio effort?
The band until June. Make the other side right. Half the way to the moon.
I like the big ending here. I liked this. I liked it. I was sitting here thinking, a while back, I listened to James Brown live at the Apollo and Little Richard's first album. And, it had Tutti Frutti on it. Like, and we listened on stream in the same night to both of these albums, and both albums were exemplary. But I could not help myself but to feel like listening to Little Richard's second made Little Richard look kind of bad after listening to James Brown. But then when I went and listened to James to Little Richard on his own, it occurred to me that like both albums, both artists were massively good, hugely special. But one kind of got blundered by the other just in terms of side by side. That didn't make Little Richard's album bad. It just meant that I happened to like James Brown's more, and Little Richard did not deserve the words. Not that I dunked on him, but it was a little bit more difficult for me to enjoy it. And I guess I'm bringing this up because I kind of feel like the same thing happens to Phish's studio albums and live albums. Like, there are good songs. Do they get dwarfed by their own live songs? Sure. Right? Like, and when I consider to myself the excitement I had of hearing Yem for the first time, right? Which is a moment I've watched on screen a lot. Or, just that wow moment of hearing us go from lengthwise into maze, right? Like, those moments are not ones I have found myself having on this album. And so I won't say that, like, it's a better album or it stands the same kind of test or it holds the same kind of weight. But I do think when you have an album like Yem, you have years and years and years of people developing a relationship with it in both album and live contexts. And I think, honestly, that like a lot of the albums stand great tests on their own. Like, they hold their own. But when you hear the live stuff, I could see why you wouldn't want necessarily to go back, but they're both great. It's again James Brown and Little Richard. They're both great. Maybe not made to be compared to one another, but to exist individually on their own as a great thing. And I find myself thinking like, yeah, Phish clearly has works that I like better, but this is still good music, and I still like it. Yeah, I'm not like mind blown in the same kinds of ways, but it's because you kind of learn how to appreciate what it is you get with them. And I don't know that too many other bands have people hate on their music because it doesn't sound like their other music. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to stand too tall in defense of a studio album here, but I'm also sitting here saying I don't like it as much as the others, but I still think it's good. And maybe it's because it's new to me, Phish. Could be. This could be a recency bias, but I do think we're maybe a little bit too hard on these guys. Winterqueen.
The Winterqueen looks up and sighs. I wish that I controlled the skies.
I like that line.
For up above is where to stand, to rule those who walk on land.
Guitar's primarily in the right, and I like this ethereal sound coming in.
The summer queen flies by and sees
I like this a
the
lot.
realm of butterflies and bees. And says I wish I lived below. Instead I sail where breezes blow.
I like this tom walk coming in, and this bass is heavy.
Came down. It tried to seep into the ground, but water deep pushed and poked, and sodden soil already soaked began to roil.
I really like this. I really like that part a lot. And then you got Mike coming. Doon 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 doon. That's a good sound. I really like that. I haven't heard Winterqueen. I'm enjoying this a lot.
The Prince of Silence walks below, inside a cave of ice and snow. It says I wonder why, but words are locked in glaciers never heard.
Wow. The imagery here, the Prince of Silence walks below, inside of a cave of ice and snow. He says, I wonder why, but words are locked in glaciers never heard.
The Prince of Music on guitar neglects to play a single bar. The music trapped inside his head resounds and fills the space instead.
I like this a lot. And then we get the horn sound. I think Winterqueen became kind of one of those ones I want to actually hear. Say what you will, I really loved this. I loved the imagery behind it. It kind of seemed like if a song was a cartoon that took itself seriously.
The Winterqueen looks up and sighs. The Winterqueen looks up and sighs.
It gives me like C.S. Lewis imagery. And maybe that's not too far off, considering they wrote a song called Prince Caspian, huh? I thought that was wonderful. This one is Sing Monica. Kind of a strange electric guitar sound, the good bass sound, and then the acoustic happening.
You'd lift me up, you hired me, and light my day, you fired me. But then you stole the sun, delighted me. Now the day is done, united me. It's dawning on me how it starts. Your wisdom must be wise, smart. Some lost.
I like that they used smarts in the ouch context. That's not one you hear very often, but it's one that really, 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 like, I don't know why, but it always makes me happy. Like when you hear somebody say, "Ow, that really smarted," or I don't know, when something smarts, and smarts is is like used in its definition of pain. I don't. It's interesting to me because it's almost like, people that are really smart live a more painful life because they're more conscientious of how much it sucks, right? That's, I don't know. Maybe that's my like guerrilla math reasoning for why that word works for being painful. I don't know, but I really, again, your wisdom must be why it smarts. That's the interpretation I get of that line.
It's dawning on me how it starts. Your wisdom must be wise, smart.
It's a great idea.
Some has many parts. Sing, sing, Monica, sing your song. You really didn't last too long. Sing, sing,
An interesting
Monica, sing
meter
your song.
here.
Can you admit that you were wrong? Go back home where you belong. Sing, Monica, sing, Monica, sing, Monica, sing, Monica. Give me one last taste. Retreating me. They cut me off at the knees. Defeated me. From your ivory tower. Inspired me. Then stole my manhood. Desired me. It's setting in.
I like to say Sura there, but is there a significance I'm missing to who Monica might be?
Then stole my manhood. Desired me.
Say Sora.
It's setting in now, how it ends. You may have won, it all depends. Have not have as many friends. Sing, sing, Monica, sing your song. It really didn't last too long. Sing, sing, Monica, sing your song. Can you admit that you were wrong? Go back home where you belong. Charge me up, exciting me, offended and rewriting me. Then you hooked me up, you wired me. But when my tread was worn, retired me. I'm saying all this stuff because it's finally dawning on me how it was.
The idea, but when my tread was worn, retired me. Retired could be interesting, like you put new tires on, or you quit. And I like that. It's almost interesting. Like it could be seen as like a reignition for life, as like a very physical thing, like in the hospital, like somebody saves your life on a hospital bed kind of thing. I'm not sure that that's what he's singing into, but again, just like the double meaning behind that, I really liked it. And maybe it's even somebody like reigniting a spark for life and realizing that both like when their tread was worn, put new tires on, but also like calm it down. I don't know. Definitely give me your impression on what you think of the song Sing Monica. I wasn't sure I'd like it in the beginning, but it grew on me. He's really ripping it right now.
Sing Monica, sing Monica, sing Monica, sing Monica, sing Monica, sing Monica, sing Monica.
I don't know if I liked it more when Trey or Mike came in.
Sing Monica, sing Monica, sing Monica, sing Monica.
Nope. You have that, that dive from Trey, but then you have Mike coming in with the doon 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 doon. It's super nice. I like the classic rock ending, and 555 is a song I've heard before as well. I believe that came night 2. Mike Gordon, ladies and gentlemen. And Phish, I like the pocket. I like the wall funk vibe here. And the roads.
Tying a blindfold across my eyes,
I rest my face down.
skidding on switchbacks near the side.
Gonna try to bust out.
Get up, jump out, don't wait, gonna get away.
Look here, brother, who you driving with that cosmic debris? It reminds me of Frank Zappa with Tina and the Ikeettes.
Get up, jump out, don't wait, gonna get away.
So Mike's songs are kind of fun. Again, maybe, perhaps maybe just this one by example with recency bias. Like Mike's song seems a little Zappa-y, like inspired.
Get up, jump out, don't wait, gonna get away.
I love whoever did those background vocals.
Roll down, spring up, live another day. Sprint on cobblestones past the tracks.
Kept my money in my water,
Don't wanna run 'cause I want it back.
but I know I really oughta.
If I don't break away clean, I might stray from sin.
I like this a lot too.
When it arrives, 5:55.
The 555. This has maybe so far been my most overtly maybe this or Fuego. I just said the two I'd heard. I was sitting here being like, maybe this one or Fuego I really, really, really like. The most, and it occurred, yeah, it's definitely because I've heard them. Also, I'm looking back up. I've enjoyed this album. It's been a good album. When I'm looking back down, though, there is a difference. This song rips. I dig the horns a lot.
Bought my soul for a pile of cash.
Everybody else got paid out.
The closing in, gotta dash.
I gotta find a way out.
Hop on
this might be about, but I really like it. This is another song that stands out in its album context. Great live, but this does well in the album context. It's a snack-sized version of a song, and I like it.
If I don't break away clean, I might stray from the sea. They can escape when it arrives. 5:55.
Okay, Phish.
If I don't break clean, I might stray from the sea.
Between the horns and the background vocals, dude,
5:55.
I think the horns, the background vocals, the I don't know, the echoes that are kind of happening behind his voice, it's good. The funk sort of vibe.
5:55. 5:55. 5:55.
And we still get Trey doing it. I think it's a really good song. Waiting All Night seems like I think 5:55 is probably my favorite on the album right now, with Fuego coming in second. Seems like it could kind of be like a Yem Psych Out.
Up all night and I'm waiting for you to come home.
Ooh.
Waiting all night. Waiting all night. My mind is racing and I'm wondering what I did wrong. Waiting all night.
This is a very different vibe.
Where could you be? I'm so alone. Won't you please come home?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm sitting here thinking how much I'm enjoying the sound I'm hearing and thinking, like, if I say I like this song, there's certainly people that are gonna be like, oh, screw that guy, he likes Waiting All Night, because it's so different than really I haven't heard too many Phish sounds that sound like this, but I'm finding that I'm really enjoying its difference. But I'm also sitting here recognizing, like, this is exactly what people are like dunking on, but I don't mind it. I've actually, like, I find that this is a very digestible sound to me. But it's like they took kind of like inspiration from doing what they've done in the past, but then like threw indie rock into it. And like, I think maybe it's in that indie rock vein where I'm having my heart sung to here.
Sun's coming up and I'm rolling over, but I'm holding on.
Like, I love that little lead right there. The bass line is like nice. It's just so simple. It's, well, not simple. It's so, when I say simple, I guess I mean more like delicate. Like, it's not aggressive picks. It's so smooth, and buttery is the word I think I would like to use here.
Waiting all night, and I said I'm sorry. Waiting all night, but you went so far away. Waiting all night, don't know why you. Waiting all night, left me this way.
Oh, wow.
She said long, waiting all night, and I said I'm sorry. Waiting all night, you went so far away. Waiting all night, don't know why you. Waiting all night, left me this way. Waiting all night, but you said long, waiting all night, and I said I'm sorry. Waiting all night, went so far away. Waiting all night, don't know why you. Waiting all night, left me this way.
I love this song. I don't feel bad about it. I really like this. And maybe it's just because I just listened to Styx, but I'm over here thinking like, oh, they said sail. Clearly this is a Come Sail Away reference, and then I'm like laughing at myself for feeling like that's certainly not the case. I like this kind of vamp. I mean, honestly, I like it. Am I one of the Fuego enjoyers? I'm sitting here looking up and like, I do like this. I think I'm one of those Fuego enjoyers. But I don't again, other than the fact that they have a ton of good music, I don't think we should say that this is a bad album. I still think we should say that this is an album from one of the best bands ever, which makes it a really good album. This is not offensive to listen to. It's just different to listen to than what's down here. In my opinion, I know that this is one of those things where some people are like, Walter, you can't just decide to listen to Phish in 20 and 24 and then just come in and start saying what songs are good. You don't get to just do that. You don't get to just come in here and start saying what songs you like. We've been doing this since the late 80s or mid 80s. Some of us since 83. You know, look, I recognize that mentality is out there. I get it. Like, if it makes you feel any better, you can leave mean comments. I'll let you do it. I won't delete them. Go for it. But I am saying I do think it's a good album on its own. And just because they have way better albums doesn't mean that this one is bad. And yeah, I'm coming in here with my new opinions, talking about which songs are good and bad. But this is what I do. And again, I enjoy this. I would return to this. even if there are live versions that are better. I love this vamp instrumental here. The bass line is really, really good. The vocals here, interesting dynamics. I like the guitar tones and just kind of how spacey they are with this wah-wah, and tremolo, not wah-wah. Am I hearing a 12-string guitar? It's a good song. And it's not a bad album, guys. I'm here to say it. It's not a bad album. Oh, man.
Wombat had that. Had to have that. Had to have that. Wombat had that.
You gotta take it with you when you're going forward. If you're moving on, you got to leave it behind.
You know you've got to leave it behind. Had that.
You gotta take it
Is this Phish singing?
with you when you're going forward. If you're moving on, you got to leave it behind.
You know you've got to leave it behind. Had that. You want that. You had that. You want that.
A little mustard here. Listen to the
Gotta take
bass.
it with you when you're going.
The bass line. Do 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 do.
Want that. You had that.
You gotta take it with you when you're going forward. If you're moving on, you got to leave it behind.
You know you've got to leave it behind. Had that. It's kind of like the theme to the Phish TV show.
You know, with Abe Vigoda.
The Phish TV show.
You know, with Abe Vigoda. You gotta take it with you when you're going forward. If you're moving on, you got to leave it behind.
Bring it forward or leave it behind. Little red wagon took a big jump, cuddly but deadly. Felt like it was caught in a centrifuge. Vigorous, crepuscular, and never did tumble over the side of the hill.
I like
Discovered
it.
by a man named Wilson, flying down to Baton Rouge. Spit out the seeds, gnaw on the pulp, suck on the juice and simmer.
You hear the clap in the back?
Spit out the seeds, gnaw on the pulp, suck on the juice and simmer the rind. Herbivorous, crepuscular, look at everything you had to have. Bring it forward, leave it behind, cuddly, muscular.
Nice. Boom. And the explosion at the bottom of the bass slide.
Herbivorous, crepuscular.
This is amazing. Again, this is really in there with what makes Phish one of my favorite bands. Like they're a band that can just make a jazzy, fun, abstract breakdown song with the words herbivorous and crepuscular. It's just good. And we get the horns, we get the like kind of the funk siren thing. We get a Wilson reference. Wombat's a dope song.
Cuddly, but muscular.
Very much feels like a Zappa inspired thing.
Vigorous, crepuscular.
This is a good album, guys. It's actually a good album. I actually enjoy it. I am a Fuego enjoyer. I'm down to Wingsuit. I really think that maybe we dunked on the album because we like what they do better live. And like because they have other albums, they have a great many albums that I would say I like better, right? But you place this album against any other band's standard catalog, and it kicks most of those album sticks in the dirt. You know, like, yeah, you can argue like the greats, right? Any of us can. This album doesn't stand out as a bad album because it's not Phish's best album. Yeah, there's plenty of other Phish music that you could be listening to. But this one's still worth the time. I think it incorporates sounds we like nicely. We got horns again. And I like that. I like that we're getting these extra kind of fun sounds. Last song, Wingsuit. Kind of sad. Live Phish will come next before Big Boat, which won't take as long for me to get to as this one did. I promise. I like the vibe here. I like the reverby guitar. I love the piano. His use of tremolo pedal sounds in this album has also really increased.
Steal away. Let's steal a car. You'll never win a major, only shooting par.
Such a good way to put it, too.
Outside.
Anybody ever see the movie Tin Cup? If anybody ever wondered where my tuning forks line came from, by the way, it was 100% that movie. But Tin Cup really kind of embodies the idea that if you don't go for the birdie and you just take pars, you're never going to win. But sometimes going for the birdie puts you in a way worse spot than you might have been otherwise if you don't hit the shot. So I like that. I like the idea that you'll never win a major only shooting par. It's a good. It really is a good one.
Only shooting par. Step outside. Feel the sun. It's only you, be you, 'cause you're the only one.
I definitely can see where the love and light kind of thing is coming in, but I also very much like it as a sensitive, probably soy boy. Just kidding. But no, I mean, honestly, I like this. Step outside, feel the sun. It's only you. Be you, because you're the only one. Like, that really speaks so much of the narrative I try to preach on in my content. Because I think it's important.
Step outside.
I really do. Hey, Clarky. You sweet boy.
Feel the sun. It's only you, be you, 'cause you're the only
And the piano line happening in that moment.
And it feels good.
I'm really bummed that so many of you guys wanted me to skip this album.
And it feels good. And it feels good. 'Cause it feels good. And it feels good. Nothing lasts. Nothing stays. Caught in this procession of unchanging days.
Bro. Ants marching, I get it.
What's old is gone. You're pushed up to the edge, so put your wingsuit on. Put your
I'm also getting a Hits from the Bong vibe, which I know is a song sampled from somebody from Dusty Springfield. Like,
wingsuit
but I'm hearing a little bit of a Cypress Hill, Dusty Springfield kind of thing.
on. Put your wingsuit on. And it feels good. Put your wingsuit on. And it feels good. And gliding away, you fly where you choose.
I like the self-referential bit, and I'm just choosing to say it's self-referential because they said the word glide.
There's nothing to say and nothing to lose.
Some of the bass smooth sounds, I definitely think as they progress, think about, like, maybe I'll say it this way. It's like LeBron James, as he's maybe not at his peak play performance, like, and it's arguable that he hasn't been for a super long time. But what he does have now is wisdom in place of what his body doesn't do when he was peak Braun. You could say this about really anybody. You could have said it about Michael Jordan, prime versus Michael Jordan, like the wise man, right? I kind of like that when I hear Phish, you kind of hear that, like, in this era, maybe they're not playing in their, like, they're not their machine gun tray equivalents. But you hear the wisdom of the years of playing together. And I feel like, again, when I hear Mike's playing, he's certainly got stronger songs, but this song really just displays a lot of his dynamics and his ability to be less is more with the whole band. That the transitionary pieces, right? Like, the sound, their soft sounds have such a conscientiousness to them, and I really enjoy it. But I also still can't not hear Hits from the Bong. Hits from the Bong.
Steal away, paint the sky. Put your wingsuit on. Put your wingsuit on. Put your wingsuit on. And gliding away, you fly where you choose.
I like that put your wingsuit on is kind of their way of saying, like, hey, go be you, you know, go where you choose, like, do your thing, you know, go fly.
There's nothing to say and nothing to lose.
Okay. This is what we call sticking the landing. This is really sticking the landing. Wingsuit, 555, and Fuego, and Wombat really stood out to me. I enjoyed the frig out of this album, guys. Say what you will, but I enjoyed the frig out of this album. Is it Billy Breathes? No. Is it any of the albums preceding it? No, it's not. It's not. It's a totally different and its own thing. It is still Phish. And as, again, I go through, there's a lot. And I am going to do the white tape, by the way. I know a lot of folks have asked me about it. It's definitely going to happen. I've got to see why 83 is so relevant. But, yeah, as I go through it, it is hard for me to separate that excitement of being understood and mind blown by Rift. And then again, having that understanding solidified when I, stepped back earlier in time and hopped over here. I think that sentiment perhaps gets in some people's way from having a truly objective view on what they like or dislike. And I think sometimes maybe people hear an album that they like so much and then hear an album that they only kind of like, but and then they say the one that they only kind of like sucks, when in reality it's a good album, right? I think that this is that case. And I think that Phish has such a big catalog with so much good music that an album that is good, like Fuego, people say it sucks. And I would argue that it's probably, while it's not maybe the most representative of what Phish as a whole does, no single one record of theirs is. I mean, maybe Junta would be the closest. Maybe, in my opinion. But even then, this is territory where I would understand some grizzled 1.0 vet walking in and saying, yeah, you have no right to say that. Perhaps that one is fair. But this is a good album. Guys, it's good to be back. And keep in mind, I will be continuing on with my journey. I did find a pretty decent checkpoint whenever I released the thing about Phish. I do have a whole music discovery channel on YouTube that I listen to tons of music and discover. But I gotta say, as a guy that is in love with Phish and Giz and has kind of been going on multiple musical journeys, Phish is a band that I will continue to return to. And when I'm excited that as I hear more songs, I keep adding to this list of songs I'd like to hear. And the idea of building out my list of songs I've seen in a live context and, having my own documentation of who I went with and the people I experienced it with and who I met, and like I do when I revisit the Hollywood Bowl shows. I have these wonderful memories of conversing with people about the songs we had just heard, or talking to people about my first shows, and there's a tremendous wonderful nostalgia that comes with seeing the band live. And as I go through and I'm hearing, in this context, just 10 new songs, like I've got at least, I heard 2 of them already live, but I've got like at least 2 more that I want to hear live. And I think that that's a very exciting part of this whole thing. Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. I love yous. Goodbye.